Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. Me and Eagle Eyes At looking for the past again, and we are on this massive road trip thanks to our supporters, especially the patrons. So huge thank you to all of you who know who you are, and you are my team members following us behind our back every time we go out. So a massive thank you for that. We are looking for pieces of the Atlantic wall, and we are definitely going to show you something pretty cool here. The wind is extreme right now. You can see the forest is bending and twitching and making a lot of noises, but inside this forest and just outside the forest tree line there are some pieces of the history that we want to share with you. So let's go out and find the history together. This is actually the barrack area. It's a very small wall still standing there. The chimney has fallen down. This is the barrack area of the gun position. It's kind of a little bit back inland against a forest to protect themselves from the attack coming out from the sea. More pieces of the barrack area right there. Also part of the structure on the Atlantic wall. If you have a gun position, you have to have areas for the soldiers to stay and live, and that's exactly what you see there. That little dugout right here is nothing, you barely can see it. That's actually the first position they put up here. Very often the Germans would come into an area, they had a plan, but they had to put up the details and the equipment in makeshift positions, and that is one of them. They would have had a gun here. It's been changed during the years because of the road behind us, but that is where they definitely put up the gun first, and then they started producing the gun placement with the concrete things and all of that. So we also saw something really nice over here, so we're going to show you that. That's a beauty of a find. That's actually the entrance of a machine gun bunker. I'll show you the opening here. See if I can get the wind behind me. It's such a strong wind here. Machine gun turret. The machine gun would be put on a metal circle there. You could swivel it around. One guy load the munition, one guy shoot with a machine gun, and they will be pretty safe down in that little thing there. And it's not big, it's just for a couple of guys. Entrance is, as I said, here, and there is absolutely no special feature whatsoever. We see these everywhere, but in a way it's kind of cool to show you the small details of the past in that way. This thing here, well, there's a lot of trash inside, but there could also be things from the right time frame. It's just a matter if you want to look through it, but we really don't have time for that. Light is going away quickly, and we have to find the gun positions. Wow, what a pleasure it is to be out. Nifty cold, very windy, like your nose is freezing up, but I have to say it's such a pleasure for you to see the views of what we go to, where we go to, and I just enjoy so much knowing that you're all behind our back. Please watch our videos in full. As I said, that's the best way to support us. And subscribe, comment, share, watch more of our videos. Most people, these two here, very insignificant, but for us they are sure traces of the right activity. Of course there were men here for thousands of years, but that is the stamp or mark of the German activity. That would be probably camouflage canvas holders or supporters for communication or electronics, you know, the power supply poles and all of that. So that's something that we look for. It's exciting, might get very dark very, very quick. So who knows, we have to bring out the flashlights, but that's a part of this, and we never know where we're going to end, so it doesn't matter. No matter what, we are prepared. Well, not always. Exciting. So many things to try to discover and decipher. This forest is just a huge mess, so who knows where it can be. I can see some trenches there, but I think we have to go a little bit the other way to find the first gun position. Yes, I think we are getting close to something. Wow, Would you look at that? Lost in time gun placement. Just right in front of us. It looks like nobody's been here for like decades. Wow. Actually huge trees growing up inside the gun position. Back wall things here. And what is that? That looks like pieces from, what is that? Is that from bunker oven or something? Couldn't be that. But look at that. I'm gonna go down into the gun position itself. I'm gonna have a peek around. The troops would come in this trench here, you can see that, into the gun placement right here. And there's the munition storages. These square boxes here are the munition storages. This is the stretch of ocean that the Germans protected. Very, very rough conditions, and so long away from everything, or far away from everything. Just imagine being here. That must be really lonesome. Again, position very insignificant, but I'll bet you the Germans stacked up these rocks. They had a purpose. They made some walls, camouflage canvas, and who knows what was here. But now we're gonna go to the second gun position. Eagle Eye just found that, so let's rush on over to him. That is just spectacular, if you ask me. Just as it was when the Germans left it. Just out here in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Another one, you see the base, the same as the one we found in the forest. This one is kind of probably more visited and looked at. But I mean, this is just fantastic. And we're gonna have a very quick look at the back wall there, where it came in. Just fantastic. I'm really running low on battery. It's been a very tough day for both of us. This is the entrance. You can see here, they created this, same as the first one, beautiful little trench with concrete and rocks leading into the munition storage area, which is basically here and there. That leads on to the main area where the action took place, the gun mount, and they could at any time fire a substantial amount of rounds out there into the open ocean, or maybe onto a vessel or an aircraft, who knows. A lot of metal things laying around here. Couldn't tell you what they're for, if there's something to do with the German activity, I don't know. There's a lot of this laying around here in the fields. As the sun is going down, the battery is getting on very, very low here. This is the last gun position. They were 15 centimeters gun. Could fire quite a bit out there into the ocean. And just imagine how loud that must have been when you're in this pit here, firing off these rounds. That must have been horrific. Wonder if they had some ear protection or whatever, maybe cotton just put in their ears. But it would be so loud, absolutely insanely loud. Same here, see different kinds of feature, small differences. This one has the exit on the other side, I don't know why. Munition blocks or storages everywhere, the camouflage canvas things. It's just fantastic to see. I love these constructions. They are falling apart bit by bit, but they're here, and I really, really do hope they're here for a couple of 100 years so that people can learn from them, get the experience of what happened, and maybe we can learn not to do things like that over and over and over again. This is where they came out and in actually, and it's still pretty intact. Oh, more foundations from the barracks. Let's go down, have a look at that. This is kind of strange. Normally you find a patio where you can wipe your feet, and then there will be the staircase inside. Here you can see the elevated sides. That makes it a shower or bath area. That is strange. I'm gonna take out the zoom a bit there. So the raised areas here is very often an indication of being a shower or washroom. Actually would be a outlet there. One fantastic story, I actually found a silver ring with a German name inside and a date in one of those. So that is just how special areas like this can be. But that was just one in a lifetime. I don't know, looks like a, see here again, whenever they did that, they expected there to be water in this area, and it falls into that. So I think it was a wash house next to the living quarters, and I'm going to show you what that is. Eagle eye found this staircase up from the barrack. Isn't that strange? We're now walking on the same stairs as the German soldiers or officers did. I'm looking for dates or some inscriptions. Sometimes you will actually find, is that an inscription actually? There's something right there. I can't make out what it is. You see that? There's something here. It's a number or something, a digit. But imagine down here, German soldier went to the barrack. This is typical, a place where they had an area where you could kind of rub off your feet and then step into the barrack itself. And there's the fourth. So I think I figure out the layout of the barrack that was here. That's basically what I think was here. And now I think we are kind of coming to the end of this adventure, because we are out of power, out of everything, and we are dead hungry and all of that. So I'm actually just gonna sit down here and create a little end of the video. See there, the sun is going down, beautiful horizon, and I have to say it was such a pleasure to take you along back into the past, to the World War II time frame, where the Germans ruled on the Atlantic Wall fortification line. Thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you for coming along. We will definitely see you out there. To all my team members, patrons, massive thank you. You are the guys and girls who make this come true. So could never have done this without the great support you do. So check out my giveaway videos in the beginning of each month, and you can see how you can become a supporter of our work. Other than that, a huge bye-bye from me and Eagle Wind, I mean Eagle Eye, and we will definitely see you out there in the next adventure.